Hey guys, this is Rise, and I'm here with Cholera, bringing you the next game in the OSL Tiebreak series. Now, this is Game 4, but really, it's Game 1 all over again. We just watched all three players play, and all three players lose a game and win a game. So what does that mean? That means we have a tiebreak reset. So we're starting right back off with Stork versus Yellow. A little bit of deja vu here. We just saw this match, although on this time, they are playing on Return of the King, and as we already know, Stork has been able to beat him on this map. In fact, he did his one gate, I believe it was a one gate Sair build of some sort where he managed to beat Yellow. So will he be able to pull that off again? Will Yellow be able to handle that knowing this? Both players smiling here, probably talking a little bit in the BNet chat waiting to start, and both players probably a little tired of having to play each other again. This is going to be a whole new series, so we'll have to see if it plays out the same exact way as last time, or one of these players or a different player wins the first match. Cholera, what do you think? Are we going to see the same exact tiebreak series that we just saw last match, or are they going to start mixing it up on us?
Well, I mean, the only thing that's changed is the maps, and theoretically, if three players are well balanced enough, in their order at least, this could go on forever. Tiebreakers could literally go on forever. There's no point where it has to get cut off. So we could be at Game 7 or Game 15 at some point, but we probably won't. Probably somebody will eventually win 2 games in a row, and that's all you need to get out of one of these. So usually they're not that long, but we'll see who it is among these three players. And really what it means, the fact that we've gotten to at least one full cycle, means that these players are pretty well balanced. You know, Yellow Yarnc, maybe a little bit weaker than Stork. July better than Stork. Yellow Yarnc a little bit better than July. I don't know. I mean, these three players are very close, though, so you know that is really that really tells a difference, I think, and it makes these tiebreakers very exciting. And here we're seeing Stork at the bottom left, Yellow Yarnc at the upper right. Given these starting locations, I mean, it might be beneficial for Stork to go for a Forge Fast Expand. You know, it's not impossible in this map, or he might decide to stick for a one-base build, which is also fine, and certainly is always exciting to watch, because with one-base builds, basically you have the Protoss forced to go on the aggressive in the mid game, and it's usually very close with good players. They'll come almost really close to winning it. Either they'll win or their attack will fail, and then they'll lose, and that's always just exciting to watch.
Yeah, and so I wish they would show what Stork has done. I think he's already gone for a pylon inside of his base. Yes, he is, so he is going to stay inside his base for a one-base build, at least for the start. And that could be a safe way to go on a map like Return of the King, which is traditionally a little bit harder to hold your expansion than it is on other maps, like Town Cross, for example.
It is.
Which is really easy to hold your thing on. So we'll have to see if he's able to be successful with this build again. And I wonder if he's going to do the same exact build as last time, which consisted of a fast Stargate. So he went for the quick Corsair. He also had some Goons and Zealots, and he just tore Yellow apart with some great, beautiful micro. And there was not much that Stork could do. I mean, sorry, that Yellow could do against it for some reason. And I have no idea what that brick wall sign was all about, but I'm sure it was funny because the Korean commentators were laughing, although we will not get that inside joke. Anyway, in the meantime, it looks like Stork is going for fast gas, so he's going to go for a one-gate tech build, as expected, especially with the cross positions, and so it's going to take a long time for the players to scout each other. In the meantime, we have seen a 12 hatch from Yellow, so Yellow going to take an early economic lead here, and we'll have to see if Stork is able to punish him for doing it.
Yeah, I mean, this is like I said, this is some kind of bracket system, but since I don't recognize the Korean names, I'm not sure exactly what the route is that they're talking about. I mean, you know, I could try to match it up, but then I'd stop commentating with the symbols that I can see next to each person's name. I mean, I guess they're probably referring to somebody in this group, or group A or B or whatever, and some matchup that they want to see or anticipate. But anyway, we're seeing the Zealot out first, and it's going to block the ramp against a small number of Zerglings at least, and it doesn't look like Yellow Yarnc is even building all lings here. He's probably just going to get 2 lings and just use them to kill off the scouting probe or chase it away. This is what July did also. And oh, looks like he's actually going to get in with his own scouting drone here. Let's see if he decides to double expand or if he just settles for 2 base, which would be the smarter thing to do. And here we're seeing him mix it up. He's not going to go for Speedlot Rush. He's not going to go for Dragoon Reaver. Instead, he's going to go for early Stargate, which generally indicates some kind of Stargate Stargate Templar build, you know, Stargate DT is definitely possible. So this means that Yellow Yarnc will be forced to build a relatively early Hydralisk Den and play a little bit defensively against what should be a decently offensive push here, a decently offensive build from Stork.
And right now, this is deja vu times 2. I mean, Stork has gone this exact build, at least to begin with, against Yellow. But it looks like Yellow actually being clever here by sending out some Lings to try to get inside Stork's base, which he's going to manage to do. Even though they're heavily damaged, they're going to distract him for a while. So Stork is going to have to send his forces back. So instead of some initial harass that he could have done originally, he is forced to go back to his base, sit in his base, try to take him out. And so Stork is actually going to be unable to do much damage with that small expeditionary force that he did the first time a ton of damage with. And, you know, we're not seeing anything like range being upgraded either. And really, I'm waiting to see what the next tech building Stork decides to put down is. At this point, we are only going to see... Hopefully, that'd be awesome.
That'd be awesome.
And yeah, one base carriers. And it looks like we just saw a Hydralisk Den going down for luxury. Luxury for Yellow. Man, I can't even remember his name. And we're going to see a Forge going down as well. So it looks like Stork is going to try to get ready for whatever may be coming his way, or he might be going for the quick +1 upgrades with, who knows, speed lot. So really kind of waiting to see what his next tech building is to really tell what he's going to be able to do next.
Well, I think actually it's probably going to be a fast expand, or not a fast expand, but an expansion of some sort. He's probably just hoping that his Corsairs can keep Yellow Yarnc busy, you know, by forcing him to build early Hydras, and then he's going to just probably transition into a second base pretty quickly here. So he's going to go for sort of a, he's not actually going to go for a one base, you know, tech strategy for very much longer. At least that's the feeling I get, and yeah, I am correct about it. So yeah, he is going to be going for a fast expand, sort of a slow expand. I keep saying fast expand because he's going for an expand. Expansion without the fast, and it looks like he's managed to get 2 Lings in. Yarnc has these 2 Lings, not going to do that much though, just going to get a scout out and maybe get a probe or 2, but probably not with Stork's micro there. Stork looks like he's only got 1 probe on gas. He's been really just focused on trying to, you know, regain, you know, economic edge here, and really he's not going to be that far behind because Yellow Yarnc is only at 2 base also for this time. He also had to get some early offensive units, which definitely, you know, slow down his just mass droning and his teching. So we're going to see this game actually sort of reset to more of a standard pattern, although Yellow Yarnc might not let him get away with it. He's building a lot of Zerglings, and if these Speedlings can get through, that'll be it for Stork.
Well, I don't know. I'd say that Stork he's got like 6 Zealots, and now he's putting down that Citadel, so he's probably thinking about maybe some sort of Zealot Archon build now that he's going to be able to secure a second gas. And, or I guess it's a little early to really say that. We are seeing a Spire go down, though, as well, for Yellow, so maybe... just maybe either going to get a couple of Scourge out to deal with those Corsairs early on, or maybe he is going to go for that Muta build. He is getting that second gas down as well, so I am anticipating seeing some sort of Muta here at this point. But still, I guess it's a little early to tell. But again, that Corsair, we're seeing complete map hacks from both players here. I mean, Stork has gotten into his base over and over with that Corsair, as well as Yellow getting into the base of Stork with a couple of Lings over and over. But arguably, Yellow got less information than Stork did because that Citadel didn't go down until after, and there is the Templar Archive. So I'm very curious where he's going to be going. Now he's making more Corsairs, so maybe it is going to be back into a Sair DT type build. I'd argue that it's kind of late, but I guess not really off of 1 base tech, considering the amount of time that it takes to get that expansion up. And look at all those eggs popping up. We are definitely going to be seeing some Mutas coming out here. And will Yellow be able to make them effective? He was not really effective with them the first time, considering he lost all of them to Stork right away. And Stork, he is going to be ready for this because he's making more Corsairs. And with that small Hydra force, I feel like Yellow is really distributing his resources against too many different unit types that aren't going to really cooperate against the forces of Stork that well together. It's not going to be the right composition for him to really either break the front or do damage in the back, not with the Corsairs and the cannons and the Zealots in the front. But let's see, it looks like he's getting ready for the attack.
Yeah, he is, and actually it doesn't seem like he built any Mutalisks. He's actually just built a bunch of Scourge and Hydras during this time, and he's going to be going in with the Hydras for a quick break here. All Hydra breaks. Stork forced to pull out all those probes, but it looks like 3 cannons get up, and I think that'll be enough, at least temporarily. I don't think Yellow Yarnc has enough hatcheries yet. He's got just 3 hatcheries, and 3 hatch Hydras at this late probably won't work that well. Really, you know, you want 4 or 5 if you want to go for a real Hydra rush, but he also built a Spire to get a couple of Scourge. The Scourge really didn't do anything, and oh, look at this. There we go. He is not going to be able to do anything standing here. He should just run away right now. He's going to lose what is he doing? He's lost like 2 Hydras already for no reason. Not like there's any Overlord coming anytime soon. This Overlord's probably not going to get speed upgrade for a good amount of time. So this attack has been completely diverted by Stork. Stork really has done a very good job here, starting off with a 1-base build and going for sort of an unorthodox, slow expand. But it probably works well for this map. He's probably thought about it for a long time, and given that this the natural expansion isn't that convenient for a fast expand, he's decided it's the best thing. Now look, Yellow Yarnc I feel has played a little mechanically. I don't think he necessarily needed to get that Spire if he wanted to just go for Hydras like this. In fact, he could have just gone for Hydras like 5 minutes ago if this is what he was going for. Now he's going to go for it again.
Yeah, but he doesn't have enough Hydras. Those cannons are going to take those Hydras down. 2 cannons go down. The probes are out on the line. He's got a Templar there, but there's no Storm, and he can't really Storm that anyway because there's way too many probes out. Those Hydras are going to take out a couple of probes before they have to back off. He's losing Overlords in the meantime. He's got 3 Corsairs out. Stork doing a great job for once. Obviously practicing with his Corsairs, at least in this match, and doing a pretty good job. Having lost 1 at some point, that DT is also going to survive another day. Not going to be able to get inside the base. Not with the Overlord at the gate and just protecting the entrance to that main base of his. And now Slow Zealot's trying to take out Hydras. Manages to take out one of the Hydras. DT coming in the back. That Hydra's probably going to die, considering it's going up against way too many units. It can't really do any more damage by itself. More cannons going back up in the front of Stork's base. More Hydras, though, making their way over to Stork's base. But now Stork has that High Templar out. He's going to continue to make High Templar. There are no Overlords because the Overlords don't have speed yet. So until that Overlord speed comes out, those Hydras will not be effective in breaking the front door. And again, those 3 hatches, like you said, I don't really think they're producing enough units for him at this point. And there are 2 Templar out, and I'm expecting that we're going to see speed lots coming very shortly here. Look at those Templar trying to make an Archon. So now we have 4 Templar at the front, a couple of Zealots, and he's going to be able to hold pretty much any Hydra force, barring great storm dodges, that he's going to be able to produce with only 3 hatcheries. So I think that Stork is actually in a pretty comfortable position here right now.
Yeah, he's in a very comfortable position. I mean, Yellow Yarnc still has not been able to deal with losing his Overlords this entire time. Just looking at the food counts, 49 versus 71. Yarnc was at 19 of count for a while. Not count, but of Psi Max, because he lost so many Overlords. He was at like 39-19. So, I mean, you could tell definitely he's been hurting and forced to build tons and tons and tons of Overlords, wasting a lot of minerals that he would, much rather do, expansions with, or build Hydras with, or do anything else with. And this Corsair still managed to get away. Oh, it's going to spot 6 mutas coming out, though. So that's actually pretty bad for Yellow Yarnc that he's got spotted, because he definitely wishes that he had kept that secret, and he might actually do some damage with them. Now, I don't think mutas were the correct tech switch, though. I mean, just look at how many, High Templar and cannons and everything is there. I mean, I don't think this is going to do iota of damage. I think that was a waste of 600 there from Yellow Yarnc. I just don't think he has... I think he's just playing mechanistically this game. He's really playing mechanically. He's not changing his build at all. Maybe he hasn't seen this kind of build very often, but, he should have done something differently. He shouldn't have just stuck to 3-hatch, Spire, Hydra, whatever combination he was doing. I think it was just not a great combo at all.
Yeah, and now he's trying to harass. Oh, great Storm, though. Going to chase off those mutas with no delay. I mean, those mutas can't do much more damage there, especially with the Storms that are just going to take them out slowly. So now Yellow in a horrible position. I agree. I also think it was not a very good tech switch. But I do think that the scouting of Stork was brilliant there. Those mutas continuing to try to harass that probe line. Archon not quite able to fit back there. No, he's stuck. He's too fat. He's got to lose some weight in either that or break the pylon, and so he may end up losing that gas. But a Templar in position to get a Storm off on those muta. Looks like he is not using it, though, for whatever reason. Corsair going to also help fight that off. Those muta able to take out the gas, but really, and I think we just saw a Storm go down. We did, and those mutas are going to be forced away, but they did what they wanted to do, and that was to take out the gas. So that's going to hurt Stork a little bit, slowing down any more Templar and really any gas tech that he would like to pump out at this point. So Yellow doing a little bit of harassment, but arguably not nearly as much as he needed to with those muta. And again, brilliant scout by Stork. He waited. He knew those eggs had something. The pattern of them all popping up at the same time, that meant something, and he knew it, and he just waited, and he delayed the Corsair from being killed by Scourge for long enough where he was able to see those muta and completely prepared for it. And now, look at that goon force that he's got there. He is ready to move out, and now Yellow is in trouble. I don't know if he can fight this off.
I mean, it's going to take some very good control for him. If he can use these Mutalisks to pick off the High Templar while they're in transit across a long diagonal space, then he has a chance. Then his Hydras might be able to clean up this force, but if he can't do that, it's going to be very, very difficult. He's got Lurkers, actually, so Lurkers are going to be decent, but there is an Observer already there, so Stork has, during this meantime, he's actually gotten Observers out, and he's well prepared for any tech switch into Lurkers. So right now, I think he's in big trouble. Yellow Yarnc has not sniped off the High Templar yet. It's going to be critical. He's actually going for a drop, it looks like. Or at least that's what it seems like he's doing. I don't know what kind of drop it is. It might be a Hydra Lurker drop. It might be just Hydras. We'll have to see. But Stork right now has him sort of caught off position. And, oh, it looks like it's a Hydra drop all over the main. And he's going all in here almost on the main base. Looks like Storm nice Storm. Second Storm was very good on the Mutas. And I don't know if he's going to be able to do anything here. Oh, no. Looks like his second natural is going to get destroyed meanwhile. But he might get the main, which might make up for it.
I don't know, man. I think Stork's going to be able to reinforce in time with at least another good Storm. He's moved most of his probes already to his natural, and it's going to take forever for those Mutas to take down any buildings. And in the meantime, Stork doesn't seem to care. He's going to head right into the main base and try to run him over. But those Mutas are focusing, so they may be able to take down that Nexus. And oh no, the Observer for Stork goes down. He had it on the A move with the rest of the units. He goes right into the Sunkens, and it's taken out by a Scourge way too quick. And now at this time, Stork is actually kind of in a little bit of trouble here if he loses some of those tech buildings from those Mutas, as he's not really able to push in. He's got another Observer at this point, but the problem is there are Scourge out on the field ready to take that out as he tries to move in to that field of Overlords and Sunkens and Lurkers and Hydras that he's going to have a real tough time breaking. And really, that's a great spread of Lurkers over there, and he's going to be in very hard pressed. And now there's actually a Lurker inside Stork's main. I didn't even realize that. And Stork, again, pushing in. He's going to take out those Sunkens with no problems because he's got those goons there. And oh! The Scourge! Oh, he takes out the Observer again, and Stork is forced to move back, and he's got another one rallied over there, but it's just going to delay this attack, and that is just giving Yellow a little bit more life in this match.
But just a little, though. I mean, right now he's just mining off of 2 bases, and he's spent a lot of money on sunken colonies and on, stacked defense, and just he doesn't have an army. He's at 49 food count. I mean, he's just lost so much army so far, and wow, looks like just storming his own way in here. I don't know if there's any Observer. The Observer goes down again, but it might not matter. There's only 1 Lurker. I don't know if he knows that there's only 1 Lurker. It looks like there might be 2 Lurkers total, and now an attack coming from behind. Yellow Yarnc somehow found a pocket of Lings from behind, and he might have dropped them from his main, actually. He might have done some kind of tactical drop. It looks like he's picking up a hidden expansion at the very corner mineral expansion on the bottom right. It's going to take a while for Stork to find it and kill it, probably forever. So that might not be a bad idea. It looks like he's going to get 2 Lurkers in the back, but the Lurkers are within range of a cannon. That cannon should take them out. Lurkers are not that good against cannons. Looks like he's going to get it down. 2 Lurkers will kill 1 cannon, if that's the only thing there. And oh, looks like another Observer goes down. So, just, I mean, desperately holding the line here and desperately trying to do some damage to Stork. Stork doesn't seem to have that many probes total, though, because he lost a lot in the last 2 attacks. He's expanded again, and looks like Yellow Yarnc, does he have anything in those Overlords? He doesn't have anything in Overlords. He knows it's there, but, I mean, he doesn't have anything. He could take it out with, like, just 3 Hydras, but he doesn't have them. He's just stuck, in his main, except for these drops. He has no army to speak of, and, as long as Stork holds on, Stork has this game.
Yeah, but it should be mentioned that Yellow is actually doing a really good job with those drops. Obviously, the mobility factor of a drop is huge. I mean, we see it every time a player goes drops. He's just able to continue to keep the other player on his heels. And really, Lita did it, right? He did it. He was so far behind when he played against Gwemchi, I think. And he came back just because it drops. And he was in a similar position. Of course, he wasn't going up against Stork. But really, it is possible, I'd argue, that he could come back. At this point, especially with that new expansion that he's got running there, that it looks like Stork is never going to be able to scout. And actually, I'm a little surprised Stork didn't take his own mineral only inside his base just by, I guess, buying a shuttle. But really, he's been forced to pump out obs because Yellow has been doing a great job of sniping them with all those Scourges and only using 1 Scourge for each. So really, that has been very cost effective and continue to keep this game going at this point. If he wasn't able to do that, Stork would have already won this match. And now Yellow is in the position to build up his economy a little bit with the bottom right base, as well as the currently running bases, because he's got drop deck. And again, with drop deck, he's got the mobility factor. As he goes in again with another drop, it looks like he's going to go behind the mineral cliff over there with another couple of lurkers. But Stork, already having an observer over there, is going to be able to deal with this with not much of a problem. But again, it all comes down to this hidden expansion over here, which is going to keep him in the game economically. Well, no, that's not true. Stork is still ahead in expansion, so he's got to get something else if he wants to stay in the match. Or he's just got to have brilliant harasses here, which he continues to do. But he's spotted right away from Stork. He's forced to pick it up and go somewhere else. So really, Stork covering all of his bases, literally pun intended, quite well. And at this point, I think that Stork, he's just going to build up those forces, move in, and take this game. And another sniped observer. Nice done by Yellow, but again, it's not going to be enough by itself.
Yeah, I mean, the critical thing is Yarnc might have 3 bases barely, but one of them is only a mineral only, as you see here, and it doesn't have that many patches. And Stork has 3 gas. 3 gas for a Protoss versus 2 gas for a Zerg is just a death sentence. There's just no way you can play for more than like 3 seconds with that. It's like a radioactive zone or something. If you enter the zone where you have fewer gas than the Protoss, you're dead. It's like you can't. Yeah, I mean, it's basically you're just dying like very, very quickly, and you're just gonna keep dying. There's no way you can do it. You're above the death zone, or whatever. And Stork right now, just look how much tech he has. He's got so many tech units, and really, Yellow Yarnc doesn't have much in the way of anything. He's got drops which have sort of done decently. I don't know if that bottom right has been scouted yet. He's got a sunken or something there. He's still trying to harass over here, but oh, what is he doing? He's going to run a couple of Scourge and trying to catch he's still just trying to get these these lurkers down. I mean, this is guerrilla warfare here, but now Stork has cannons, and those cannons will outrange the lurkers, so this is really not going to, this harassment is going to completely fail. You know, even if he can just keep those lurkers alive, they're a big deal. I mean, it's not going to harm Stork at all. So, Stork with 3 gas, I'm just expecting him to build up, get to like maybe 150, you know, get a very nice composition, and then just kill off Yellow Yarnc once and for all. Unless something magical happens. I mean, absolutely magical.
Oh, Storm drop into base. That's going to hurt Yellow even more. So Stork doing a great job, even though he hasn't been able to... Oh, he storms himself, and I don't know if he managed to pick up those High Templars or not. It looks like he did. That shuttle being taken out eventually by those Scourge, but very nice micro by Stork. And again, look at this. It looks like another hidden expansion going up for Yellow. The only one left to take is the one in Stork's base. We'll have to see if he decides to drop there and take that as well. But at this point, he's got 2 of those mineral onlys to his name, but I don't think that's enough. I think that really he needs more gas to begin with, and those mineral onlys aren't doing too much for him in terms of just getting good resources to his base. And now at this point, Stork has a massive army once again. We just saw this in the last match that they played, and this is the point where Stork ran away with the game last time. I'd argue that he already has run away with the game, and at this point I think it's time for some A-move Protoss to come back out of the woodwork and just take this game so he can move on to the next match.
I mean, definitely. I think Yellow Yarnc right now is just, you know, he doesn't want to get eliminated. He doesn't want to have to rely on July Zerg winning to stay alive in the OSL, because that's what will happen if Stork wins this game, of course, just like it was in the originally. But anyway, it looks like Yarnc trying to get a surround with these Lings, though. Is it going to be enough? He surrounds the Archon, but he doesn't kill even one of them, and that is just horrendous. I mean, those Archons will get their shields back eventually. Yeah, they'll get their shields back. Oh my God, that is disgusting. And you know, Stork can afford all this because he's got gas, and Yarnc doesn't. I mean, he's just that's as simple as it gets. He's doomed. And no matter how well he defends, if you can only defend his natural and his main and a bunch of little island minerals onlys, that's not enough. You know what I gotta say is, Yellow Yarnc, just I gotta blame his build. You know, he went for early Hydras. Why didn't you commit with them? I mean, why did he get bothered with Aspire when he didn't even scourge that many that many Corsairs to start with. I mean, there's no reason to just follow a build order when the circumstances changed. And I feel like he could have adjusted better. He could have gone for maybe 4-hatch Lings. I mean, sorry, 4-hatch Hydras. 4-hatch Hydras is a pretty good counter against what Stork was doing when he only had Corsairs and cannons. All he had, Corsair cannons and a couple of lots. I mean, if he had just gone faster with the Hydras, he could have won.
My God, look at the side count. It's like 150 to 80. I mean, this is like, it's 2 to 1, and he's got ridiculous Archons and Zealot Army and Storm, and the only thing Yellow has been even good at in this game, no, there's 2 things, I'm sorry. No, there's 1 thing. The only thing he's been good at doing this entire game is delaying the game from ending. I mean, really, he's only been able to snipe observers, and that recent Dark Swarm right there. Those are the only 2 things that he's managed to do to really keep Stork from just taking this game. He's trying to tie, maybe, actually, that's a good point. Maybe he's trying to tie him out for his game against July Zerg, because if July Zerg wins, we would see another reset once again, and Stork would be forced to fight Yellow Yarnc for the 3rd time. So I guess that could be a tactic, but really I don't think it's a particularly good one. And he also has those unharassed expansions. Although, now we've seen Archon in his face. He's at the top right one. He's going to take that out with a single Archon, and that is going to be it for sure. Now that he's mined out at his main, he's got a mineral only. He tries to put down an expansion as well at the bottom right, a regular one, but he's not going to be able to get that. The Archon is just going to take out any Lings that Yellow can possibly drop there. And those oh man, and no, they managed to take out the Archon, but again, I don't think it matters. I think it's definitely too little too late. And look at that drone stuck there. That's kind of funny. We saw that in the other base too, actually. That drone kept getting stuck in the left side. So difficulties all over the place for Yellow right now. And again, really, I'm just waiting for Stork to A-move in, hopefully with like 10 observers, so there's no way they can all be sniped. He's got 2 or 3 of them now, and it looks like he is ready to start that A-move.
Yeah, I mean, this is just, you know, sad kind of guerrilla warfare, but, you know, not successful guerrilla warfare. Generally, in history, we generally don't hear about the guerrilla warfare when it's not successful. We usually hear, oh, you know, look at the Viet Cong, or look at, you know, the American soldiers and American Revolutionary War. You don't hear about, like, the I don't know. I can't even think of any, because I don't know of any really bad guerrilla warfare. This is what it is. I mean, it's going to be forgotten by history because it's so bad. I mean, this just you know, this game, he's been trying. Yeah, he's been trying, and it's been failing. You know, I mean, it's pretty much just he's trying his best, but I mean, it was over pretty much when Stork got that attack on that killed off his 2nd natural at the 1230 position. And you know, even if he tires him out enough that he beats. That he loses the July, Yellow Yarnc will have to face July again. I guess, well, that's better than losing, so we'll have to see. I mean, he definitely wants to get through to the next level also, you got to remember. I think this is, he's no longer in the MSL, I believe, so, you know, and his brother has gotten through, I believe, on both sides, so he definitely doesn't want to fall behind his brother again, you know? I mean, I got to say, they have the same DNA. They got to be very competitive with one another.
Yeah, and for, you know, I know we're going to get comments like, oh, why are you discounting Yellow so early? The game wasn't over, blah, blah. And look at him dripping sweat. I mean, the fact of the matter is, this entire game, he hasn't really been successful. He's never had the advantage. It's actually been painful in a way to watch, because really, I can't believe he's only managed delay tactics for this game the entire time. And so, because of that, I can't help but say that he probably should have GG'd, arguing, oh, more storm drops going down to another mined out base, and look at Yellow. He is sweating bullets. There's no way that he's going to be able to win this, and obviously he's trying hard, and he wants to get to the next round, and you know, I feel for him for that, but the fact, there's no way he's going to be able to come back against Stork in this match with these paltry guerrilla forces that he keeps sending out, unable to do any damage, economically or otherwise. I guess managing to take out a pylon, congratulations on that, but other than that, he's got no method, and now we got Reavers out, and those Reavers are going to clean up any attack force that can be sent over there, and this is just getting silly. I cannot believe Stork has not already won this game. I mean, this game...
Just go carrier, Stork.
twice as long as it should have been. No, that would delay the game even more. I don't want to see carriers. Just move over already. The amount of lurkers that he has in his base can't kill your forces before you can destroy all of his buildings and eliminate him. Just do it. And I think we're finally going to see that. No, he's going back.
Gosh,
what the hell, Stork? Attack! Attack, damn it! And here we see another drop going on Stork's base, which is not going to, I don't think, do too much against 4 cannons. Or maybe he will take it out, but even then, I don't think it's enough.
Yeah, I mean, Stork has the army, even if he loses all of his bases. Like you said, he can walk through there. Now he's deciding, yes, to actually walk through there. As you've noticed, I think maybe he was just charging up his storms, and that's going to be it. You know, not bad. I got to say, the guerrilla warfare has gotten a little bit better towards the end, but Yellow Yarnc should consider one thing, and GG coming from Yarnc, he should consider the fact that he's making his booth a stinky, sweaty, disgusting mess for Jelizerg. And how is Jelizerg supposed to play when it smells like, you know, like that machine, the really sweaty 300-pound guy left in the gym, you know, like the guy who's just like been bench pressing like 50 reps and he's got just sweat pouring on it. He doesn't wipe it afterwards. That's what he's leaving July to play on. I don't know.
Well, Yellow, I gotta say, I feel bad for the kid. You know, he really just lost a match. He tried very hard, and he just did not have enough to beat a player like Stork, who just commanded that match the entire time, and there was nothing Yellow could do about it. So, unfortunately for him, he's in a lot of trouble right now. He is relying on another player who wants to proceed against Stork to get him back in at this point, and the question is, will Stork be able to just destroy Jelizerg like he did Yellow? And if he does, 2 players going to be knocked out.
Yeah, absolutely. And just a short correction, Yellow Yarnc is actually in the round of 8 of the MSL. I was wrong. There are so many players, and so is his brother Luxury. So even if he loses this, he still can hold up his head at dinner. Anyway, we're going to be going on to Game 5 now. July versus